Chinese authorities have failed to douse speculation over the whereabouts of Defence Minister Li Shangfu. Western media report that he's been placed under investigation. China's foreign ministry says that it has no information about the matter. Mr. Li hasn't been seen in public for more than 2 weeks now. The Wall Street Journal, citing a source close to the decision-making in Beijing, says Mr. Li was taken away by authorities for questioning last week, while the Financial Times, citing US intelligence, says the top defense official has been stripped of his duties. Chinese officials were tight-lipped when questioned on the matter by journalists.
第一，李尚福为何缺席上周在越南的会议？第二，他是否真的正在接受调查？谢谢。
我不了解你提到的情况。
The American ambassador to Japan fanned speculation by suggesting in a social media post that Mr. Li may be under house arrest. The Chinese defense chief reportedly missed meetings this month with Singaporean and Vietnamese defense leaders. He was last seen in Beijing on the 29th of August, as when he delivered a keynote address at a security conference with African officials. And for more, Olivia Xiong joins us live. She's in Beijing. Olivia, are the rumours and the speculation about Mr. Li's whereabouts as acute in China itself as they are in the West?
Well, Dawn, I think we should point out first, though, that you won't see this being reported in Chinese state media, but certainly there are raised eyebrows and rumors and speculation, also partly because this is yet another top Chinese official that has disappeared from the public eye in the last few months. If you recall, then Chinese Foreign Minister Qin Gang was not seen in public for several weeks before that official announcement that he had been removed from his post. Now, that was in July, and up till now, we still have not heard an official explanation for that move. And then in August, we also saw two top generals of the military's rocket force being replaced. Again, no explanation given for that. With the defense minister's case, there's still a lot we do not know. We do not know his whereabouts or his fate. The defense ministry has not commented on the issue so far, and we heard there from the foreign ministry saying that it has no information also with regard to why the defense minister was absent from that annual defense gathering in Vietnam. According to Reuters, it said that Vietnamese officials were informed that Mr. Li was pulling out of the meeting just days before it was to take place, citing a health condition, but we have no official confirmation on that. This is also causing speculation because Mr. Li was appointed to the post of defense minister only in March. He is also a state councillor, which puts him at a higher rank than a regular minister. It is also causing questions because Mr. Li would be seen as someone endorsed by Chinese President Xi Jinping, who is also in charge of the Central Military Commission. And now, after more than a decade of rule, Mr. Xi has been successful in lining the top echelons of the Chinese leadership with his allies. And so Mr. Li's disappearance from the public eye is certainly raising a lot of questions. Dawn?
Well, on a different matter, Olivia, China's top diplomat Wang Yi isn't attending the United Nations annual policymaking sessions in New York. Can you tell us more about that?
Yes, Dawn, today we heard from China's foreign ministry that Chinese Vice President Han Zheng will be the one that will be attending the UN General Assembly next week, even though the role as Vice President in China is seen as a largely ceremonial role. Mr. Wang was not mentioned by the foreign ministry, so presumably he will not be attending the event. Now, this may come as a bit surprising to some because we had just heard the U.S. say that it had extended the invitation to Mr. Wang to attend the UN meeting last week. It said that it expects U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken to host Mr. Wang in the U.S. Before the end of the year. But it did caveat that by saying that this could take place at the UN meeting or sometime after that. And this meeting in any case is seen to pave the way for a possible meetup between the two top leaders of the country, Chinese President Xi Jinping and his U.S. counterpart, Joe Biden. This comes after we saw that the Chinese president was absent from the G20 meeting in India. President Biden saying he was disappointed that Mr. Xi was absent, but that he still expected to get to see him, even though he did not elaborate further on that. This follows a slew of high-level visits from U.S. officials to China in recent months, even though we have also seen in Communist Party-linked media here in China saying that the U.S. needs to show, quote, sincerity if a visit by the Chinese foreign minister to the U.S. were to take place.
Ollie, thank you for that. Olivia Song there, live for us in Beijing.